Today we dive into a fascinating and emotional chapter of Battle Through the Heavens. The moment when Xiao Yan personally reveals to Xun'er the joyful news that Medusa is pregnant. This moment was more significant than many realized. Xiao Yan never expected that instead of anger, Xun'er, his wife, would respond in an unusually rewarding way. If it hadn't been for the sudden appearance of the 9-star Do Sheng Yuan, whom Xiao Yan was forced to confront, their baby son, Xiao Yan, might have been born prematurely. Although the animation ruthlessly cut this pregnancy subplot, fans who have followed the story closely understand how crucial it was for Xiao Yan to secure Medusa's loyalty. Medusa, as the proud queen of the snake people, ruled over a people naturally hostile to humans. Without the fact that she was carrying Xiao Yan's child, the queen might well have devoured him alive. This pregnancy was the very key that allowed Xiao Yan to tame the formidable Medusa. In fact, many close to Xiao Yan were aware of Medusa's condition, Xiao Yan and Xun'er included. After the fierce battle at Yecheng, Xun'er had no choice but to return quickly to her ancient clan because of rising opposition from the elders there. The person most concerned at the time was Xiao Yan. She knew Medusa was pregnant, but deliberately withheld the information from Xun'er. This particular scene was skipped in the animation. Xiao Yan approached Xiao Yan and asked if he had told Xun'er about Kailin's pregnancy yet. Xiao Yan replied that it was not yet the right time and that he planned to tell Xun'er in person when they next met. It's important to note that Xiao Yan deeply loved Xiao Yan, but she kept her feelings hidden. Her priority was companionship, not conflict. Even though she knew Xiao Yan's heart belonged to Xun'er and that Medusa carried his child, Xiao Yan said it did not matter. As long as she could be by his side, her emotional fulfillment was complete. Next, Xiao Yan took Xiao Yan to visit the ancient clan, but their journey was far from smooth. They were stopped by the clown venerable at the threshold of the ancient realm. Thankfully, Xiao Yan had already grown in strength to the level of a 5-star Dozun and easily crushed Ling Quan with a single kick. Then he faced his strongest adversary, the white-haired ancient demon. Luckily, with the aid of the Destruction Fire Lotus, Xiao Yan defeated the ancient demon. This victory earned him recognition within the ancient clan. At the same time, Xiao Yan made a critical decision. To spare Xiao Yan future embarrassment, she chose to reveal Medusa's pregnancy to his wife, Xun'er. What surprised her was that Xun'er already knew. This reveals just how sharp the intelligence network of the ancient tribe truly is. Such matters could not be kept secret for long. When Xun'er's wife confronted Xiao Yan, she admitted that although she was furious, the situation was irreversible. The rice had been cooked, so to speak. She resolved to wait for Xiao Yan to confess in person, promising that she would definitely teach him a lesson then. It's clear that the women around Xiao Yan are incredibly devoted, but Xun'er also worried about Xiao Yan. She wondered why, if Xiao Yan liked Xiao Yan, she hadn't confessed her feelings. As mentioned before, Xiao Yan's role was companionship, maximizing emotional support, not pursuing romance. Xiao Yan told Xun'er that she was content simply to accompany Xiao Yan in this way. Reading this, even the most hardened single viewers might feel envious of such deep devotion. Afterwards, with so many pressing matters, Xiao Yan still hadn't told Xun'er about Kailin's pregnancy when they reunited. Together, they entered the heavenly tomb for intense training and then fought against the Soul Clan prodigies, Hunya and Hunli. Eventually, Xiao Yan met his ancestor Xiao Xuan, and after fusing his bloodline power, his strength soared. Before leaving the heavenly tomb, he personally defeated Hunya and Hunli in mere seconds. Once outside, Xiao Yan felt the timing was right. Late that night, he arranged to meet with Xun'er to tell her the truth about Kailin's pregnancy. Surprisingly, Xun'er was calm and understanding. She said she had known from the moment Xiao Yan opened his mouth. She confessed that although she had been angry at first, she couldn't forget Xiao Yan. She had no choice but to accept the situation. However, since Xiao Yan had admitted the truth, he must be punished. At this point, Xun'er opened her cherry lips and bit Xiao Yan's chest. Reading this, it's clear that what she called punishment was more of a reward, and it understandably made many fans jealous. With the atmosphere between the two warming, Xun'er prepared to deliver a deeper punishment. Yet just then, Yuan appeared. As a late-stage 9-star douching and Xiao Yan's future father-in-law, Gu Yuan's presence interrupted Xun'er's plan. Xiao Yan could only hold himself back and admit his weakness before Gu Yuan. That concludes this detailed look at Xiao Yan's complex relationships and pivotal moments surrounding Medusa's pregnancy and the reactions of those closest to him. This part of Battle Through the Heavens is a powerful reminder of how intertwined personal bonds, loyalty, and power are in Xiao Yan's journey. Thank you all for joining me in exploring this important chapter of Battle Through the Heavens. Xiao Yan's journey is never just about power. It's about the relationships, the sacrifices, and the bonds that shape him along the way. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about Xiao Yan's complicated feelings and the way the women around him support him? I'd love to hear your take. Until next time, stay tuned for more exciting stories from the world of Battle Through the Heavens. See you soon!